Hi everyone, this is Boogass Reviews, and today I'm going to be doing another Toy Corner unboxing. And today I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the Thor Ragnarok Target exclusive 2-pack of Thor and Valkyrie. So, before we unbox them, let's take a look at the package that they come in. Right there, you get the figures. Right here on the right side, you get a picture of Chris Hemsworth as Thor, looking really awesome. On the left side, you get a picture of Tessa Thompson as Valkyrie. And on the back, you get product shots of the figure. And then right there's a brief bio. If you want to pause or read that, just pause that right there. Okay, so let's crack this open. Now, let's take their accessories out first. Of course. Now, Thor, I won't really focus too much on him since he's just a remold of the previous Thor figure. The only thing that's new is, of course, the interchangeable hands, the weapon, and the head. Now, I hate it when this happens. When the back of the capes of the figures are threaded through the back of the packaging. There, that was noisy. Now, let's go ahead and plug the cape into Thor's side. This was what really bothered me about the normal Hulk Build-A-Figure version of the movie Thor. Is that this cape is very infuriating on how to work it. So, okay, now let's move this to the side here. Okay, so he comes with interchangeable hands. I want to just leave him probably with these that he has on, but let me pop them off and go ahead and show them there. He comes with two open hands for the lightning effect. And then you can switch them out with these hands for holding the sword. Like this. But I do prefer to just to have him like he is in the package. Because I want him to be able to have the lightning effect and hold the sword. So this is the lightning effect. It's very, very rubbery kind of material. And I have seen people taking or putting this on the figure and taking pictures with it, but it's just so flimsy. I don't think I can probably get it on his arm that great. So let me try here. It doesn't look too bad. I just don't think it looks the greatest on the figure, just because it's so flimsy. Maybe if it actually had a place to like peg in or something like that, it might be a little better. So, and see, when you put his arm down, the lightning effect just tends to fall off. So this is the sword that he comes with. This is either Heimdall's sword or the Odin sword. I still haven't seen the movie yet, so that's why I'm not sure. But the blade looks really nice. I like how it has all these scratches and dents sculpted into it. And it has that dry brushing of black over it. And the handle has a lot of great sculpting to it. It has those Asgardians runes sculpted into the handle. So that looks really nice. Let's see here. He can hold this in his right hand. Very well. Looks pretty nice. And it doesn't weigh him down either. I honestly figured it would weigh him down. So for the head sculpt, I think it looks very much like Chris Hemsworth. I think Hasbro did a really awesome job with this figure. It definitely looks better than the previous Age of Ultron Thor figure. It just didn't look like him at all. But I think they got the hair color and everything right. How it's kind of that brownish blonde. I think that looks awesome. I like how he's got dark circles too. Kind of makes him look like he's tired and been battling a lot. Now I like how he has those nicks sculpted into his hair, where the hair's missing right there from when when the Grandmaster shaves his head. And there's another one on the right side. Looks really awesome. And the rest of this figure is the same as the previous Thor figure, with the exception of these leg wrappings. They're actually, I'll go ahead and show it right now. So here is previous Thor, and you can see that his leg wrappings are just all brown, and these are dark brown with black dry brushed over them, and you can actually see his boots under the wrappings. Like all of the war paint and all of the armor and everything, all of it's the same. The only thing that's different is the new hands, well, the new hand I have on it, the open hand, the head, and the paint on the leg wrappings. So for remold, I really think this is awesome, because I wasn't sure if I would be a fan of this since it was just a straight up remold, but I do like it, just because I don't really like Thor with his helmet on in the MCU. It just doesn't translate well to the movies. It's fine for the comics, but it just doesn't translate well in the movies. So I do prefer this Thor over the previous Thor that I showed right here. So I'll go ahead and go over the articulation, since this one is pretty much the same, and there's really not much to go over, not much else to go over on this figure. He's got a ball-jointed head that can look up all the way. He can look down all the way. He can look side to side. He's got ball-jointed shoulders that can move out that far. His left shoulder doesn't move out that far because of this armor right here. He's got a swivel at the bicep, double-jointed elbow, a swivel at the wrist, and the swivel that kind of moves like that, up and down. It's different than this hand that just moves like this, just normally up and down. This one has a roll of the dice kind of motion to it, which I really like. So he can hold the sword like that. That looks really awesome like that. He's got an ab crunch that can move back all the way, and crunch down all the way. He's got a swivel at the waist that can move around all the way. He's got ball-jointed hips that can move out that far. He can kick forward that far. Back. He really can't kick back at all because of the loincloth and this cape. The cape does get in the way. And you can unpeg it from his hip, but it seems to be glued down right up here on his shoulder. You can get him to kick back a little farther if you take that, or unpeg the cape right there from his hip. Let me just put that back in there. There. But he's got a swivel at the hip, or swivel at the thigh, double jointed knee, a swivel at the ankle, and an ankle rocker. So this figure is virtually the same figure, just with a few differences, but I do like it. It's really awesome. Now for the next thing that is really, really awesome, moving on to Valkyrie. So before we take a look at Valkyrie, let's take a look at the only two accessories that she comes with. Let me get her to stand up here. There. Okay. So her accessories are this sheep, which looks really nice. I didn't expect it to have any sculpting detail on it, but it has a texture right here in the middle. It looks really, really nice. I like how it has that kind of bluish hue to it, that marbling in the plastic. That looks really nice. It is very flimsy though, and it is kind of warped out of the packaging because of how they thread the front like this and the back like that. I hate it when Hasbro does that, but... And one thing, I have watched a couple reviews on this, so I kind of know about the figure more. She has no place to put this sheath. So the best thing that I've found is just her belt back here. Just kind of lift it up just a little bit. Hold on here. And stick it in like this. So that's the best I've really been able to... Okay, that's kind of bending it, like that. So, yeah, I don't really want to do that either. But, here's Valkyrie's sword, Dragon Fang. Which looks really nice. I like how it has that white handle, and this kind of indigo blade that has a nice marbling in the plastic. It's a very odd looking sword, but it definitely looks nice. I like how that looks. So she can hold it right here in her right hand. Now it is very flimsy, so do be careful when you're putting it in her hand. There. She can hold it pretty good. Let's see. It doesn't really, it wobbles just a little bit, but nothing major. So that's pretty awesome. So for the head sculpt, I think this looks very much like Tessa Thompson as well. Hasbro did a really amazing job on this figure. I like how she has that, the makeup right there, or the, kind of the war paint, I'm calling it. Like the Sakaran paint, that's it, the Sakaran paint. Looks really nice. Her hair has some nice sculpting detail to it. But it does kind of take a step back from the newer Hasbro female figures because it has that hard hair that doesn't move. So you really can't move her head too much. Like, it can move down, but it can't move back because of this really hard braid right here. I think the arm wrapping looks really nice. It looks pretty cool. It reminds me of something, but I can't place what. Oh, I know, Jane Foster Thor. How she just has the bare arm over here and then the wrappings and stuff right here. It looks really nice. I also like her armor too, because it has that same kind of bluish hue to it, and that marbling and the silver of the plastic. That looks really, really nice. This figure is really, really awesome. There, now I have her right. I think her whole outfit looks really, really nice. And it has a lot of sculpting detail to it. I didn't figure that it'd have as much sculpting detail to it as it does. She has this really soft, rubbery cape. I do like how it's just that shoulder cape. That looks really nice. And it does kind of wobble, but that's really good. That way, like when you're posing it around, it'll look like it's a real cape. So that's really awesome. Valkyrie does have these daggers on her hips, strapped to her hips, but they are not removable. She has it strapped to both hips. And right here, it kind of looks like a communicator, like a comm link or something. Looks pretty nice. It's got a lot of sculpting detail for how small it is. And it's got a little bit of texture to it too. I think the wrinkles in the pants look really nice. And her boots are the same way. They have that marbling in the plastic going on, and it kind of reflects blue. Like, depending on how you hold it. Like, if you hold it over here, it's reflecting blue, and if you hold it right here to the light, it's reflecting silver. So I really love what Hasbro did with this figure. I think Hasbro really knocked it out of the park with this 2-pack, because I do like the previous version of Thor from the Thor Ragnarok, but I do like the one that comes in this set better, and I definitely recommend it more than the other Thor. And this Valkyrie, it's just amazing how much detail and texturing and stuff is going on with this figure. So that is really awesome. So now I'm going to go over her articulation. She's got a ball-jointed head that can only look back that far because of this hard hair. She can look down all the way, though, which is really nice. And she can look side to side. She can look to the left more than to the right because her ponytail catches on her cape right here, that shoulder cape. She's got ball-jointed shoulders that can move out that far. She's got a single-jointed elbow, which I really wish she would have came with double-jointed elbows. That way she could actually hold this sword with both hands. But she also has a swivel. She's got a swivel at the wrist that can move up and down and side to side. She's got a ball-jointed diaphragm that can move back all the way and down all the way. Move side to side. She's actually got a swivel at the waist as well, which is really something that surprised me, because if the female figures have articulation like a ball-jointed diaphragm, they usually don't have waist articulation too, so that is really, really awesome. She has ball-jointed hips that can just about do a split. Her loincloth here doesn't really get in the way of anything at all. She can kick forward all the way. This doesn't hinder the articulation at all. And she can move back just a little bit. But that's kind of to be expected. Most figures can't really kick back that far. She's got a swivel at the thigh, double-jointed knee, a swivel at the ankle, and an ankle rocker. So I really, really love this figure. And I would recommend it just to any Marvel Legends fan or Thor Ragnarok fan. Just because it is definitely worth the price for both of these figures, because it's $40, and it's only available at Target, which makes it harder to find, but if you could find it, I would highly recommend it. So my only really problem with this set is that Valkyrie has no place to put this sheath Let's see. I was wondering if you could put it right here. I know it's not correct, but you can put it like that. It doesn't actually look too bad like that. Actually, that doesn't look bad at all. So, my only complaint was the sheath, you don't have anywhere to put it, and its lightning effect is really flimsy and doesn't really go over Thor's arm. So now, here they both are next to each other. And then here they are next to the previous version of Thor, the Korner Arena Thor. There. You can see that these Thors are just the same thing, just the leg wrappings are painted differently, and nothing else has changed on the figure. So overall, I would highly, highly recommend this set. It is very awesome. So that's my unboxing/review. And if you like this unboxing/review, be sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. Thanks for watching.